love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that nigga name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
what the fuck? Why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
All right, so Busta Rhymes has been swearing up and down that he and Diddy were never tight like that, claiming he never even stepped foot in one of Diddy's infamous parties. But guess what? That turned out to be a straight-up lie. Freshly leaked footage just exposed him. And not only was he at those wild parties, but he was clearly having the time of his life. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There have been whispers in the industry that Busta might be one of those celebs with some dark secrets, allegedly preying on up-and-coming rappers looking for a way in. A few names have already surfaced, and Orlando Brown has been one of the loudest voices making some heavy accusations.
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. Just diamonds iced out. I look at the chain and I know what flip mode is, so I look up. Now all this happening in split seconds. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes. And I'm like, what's up, Busta? And he's still holding my hand.
Orlando put it all out there in a viral video where he named names and Busta's was right at the top of the list. Now, some folks tried to brush it off, claiming Orlando was just tripping, caught up in some kind of drug-induced breakdown.
And this is that, it's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. And people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids, shit. A lot of stuff done happened.
Mainly because it's more dangerous for rappers nowadays.
This is a touchy subject. I just, I'll give you this. You can willingly turn woman and have a bag, or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get fucked up, and they do it to you forcefully because you fucked up and you didn't know what to do with your blessing.
But he fired back in a sit-down interview, standing firm on his claims, insisting that the industry is packed with people who prey on the young and vulnerable. Things are about to get real messy for Busta, and this could be just the beginning. Yeah, this is not looking good at all.
We into the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
What makes this even wilder is that when Diddy first got exposed, Busta Rhymes was one of the first to jump to his defense. He straight up told people to stay out of it, saying, "Everybody probably need to mind they damn business until the truth is undisputed. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And I'm talking about for the victims, and I'm talking about for Diddy."
I want to give a shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes, in the house. You know what I'm saying? He's been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best friend. He's in the house.
Then he wrapped it up with, "Hopefully, everybody can find it in their hearts to keep their opinion to theyself." That did not sit right with a lot of people, especially after Cassie's lawsuit laid out the disturbing things Diddy allegedly did to her. So the fact that Busta was even defending him, yeah, that was wild. But as more names started getting dragged into the mess, Suddenly, Busta started backtracking, acting like he was never part of the scene, claiming he never did anything shady, and was never at Diddy's parties. Well, TMZ just blew that excuse out of the water. Freshly leaked footage just exposed Busta right there at one of Diddy's infamous New Year's Day parties. And trust, this ain't just a casual appearance, he was in the mix. And if you thought that was bad, just wait. It gets even crazier. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, Diddy himself once gave Busta a very personal shout out, calling him one of his closest friends in the whole world. Now the math is finally starting to math. No wonder Busta was so quick to defend Diddy, because he might have been wrapped up in the same kind of mess, allegedly. And let's be real, the thought of Busta being on the DL is shocking, considering how he's been one of the most openly homophobic rappers in Hollywood. Y'all remember that fast food incident when he threw a fit just because he didn't get special treatment? According to an employee who was there, Busta walked in, expected to be served first, even though there were at least 10 people ahead of him. When they told him to wait like everybody else, he stormed out to his car. But when his order arrived, he still wasn't happy. That's when he came back in and went off, dropping slurs left and right, allegedly calling the delivery driver the F-slur and even cursing out the staff. And now, fast forward to today, Busta's name is getting dragged into some seriously disturbing allegations. The latest accusations? That he was out here grooming young men? So how did we even get here? Enter his former bodyguard, Big Homie Double C. A couple of weeks ago, he sat down with the Art of Dialogue and dropped some straight-up bombshells. And he wasn't hinting. He straight up accused Busta of having a pattern of questionable behavior when it came to young men. And according to him, this ain't just some random rumor. People inside the industry have supposedly known about this for years. While fans might be caught off guard, Big Homie CC claims club promoters and industry insiders have been fully aware of Busta's alleged preferences for a long time. And now, it's all coming to the surface. So, here's where things take an even wilder turn. According to Big Homie CC, whenever Busta was booked for an event, the promoters allegedly went out of their way to cater to his specific tastes. And by that, he means VIP sections were supposedly stocked with a carefully curated lineup of young, attractive men, handpicked to keep Busta entertained all night. But that's not even the craziest part. Big Homie CC didn't just throw out some vague accusations, he got real specific. He brought up a particular moment involving actor and model Dawn Benjamin and one of Dawn's friends, who happened to be gay. According to Big Homie, the second Busta Rhymes locked eyes on this man, his whole energy shifted. Like a switch flipped. One moment he was chill, and the next, he was locked all the way in. Big Homie painted the scene vividly. This wasn't just friendly chit-chat or casual socializing. Nah. He claimed Busta's behavior made it very clear what was going on. The way he was moving, it was unmistakable. This wasn't just some passing interest. Big Homie suggested that Busta was actively pursuing something way beyond small talk. And just when you think it couldn't get any messier, Big Homie CC took it a step further. He claimed Busta wasn't just interested, he was obsessed with this man. Allegedly, he couldn't stop talking about how attractive he was, making it crystal clear to everyone around that he was really feeling him. But Big Homie wasn't done yet. He spilled even more tea, claiming that Busta's so-called preferences weren't exactly a secret in the industry. In fact, insiders had been whispering about this for over a decade. So why had nobody ever called him out before? Well, Big Homie CC had an answer for that too. According to Big Homie CC, it all came down to privilege. Allegedly, being in Busta's inner circle came with perks, and a lot of people were more than happy to keep quiet just to stay on his good side. But then, Big Homie dropped yet another bombshell. He claimed Busta had a long history of aggressive behavior toward women. And somehow, nobody ever seemed to hold him accountable for it. Y'all remember how people tried to dismiss Orlando Brown as crazy when he claimed Busta had allegedly done some shady things to him? Well, the same playbook was used against Big Homie CC Folks accused him of chasing clout. But here's where things get interesting. Big Homie wasn't even the first person to call Busta out. Back in 2020, social media personality Trip Ali put his story out there on YouTube. He claimed that while walking through NYC on his way to a Halloween party, Busta straight up tried to approach him, boldly making his intentions known. Trip said he was completely caught off guard by how forward Busta was. Then in 2021, the whispers about Busta's alleged preferences started picking up steam again. Fresh claims surfaced that he was actively pursuing men, and the rumors only got louder when paparazzi allegedly caught him slipping. According to reports, Busta was spotted leaving a gay pride event with a trans woman. And let's just say, the internet went crazy. That one sighting sent shockwaves through the media, setting off even more speculation about what he was really up to behind closed doors. And with cameras snapping left and right, there was no way to dodge the heat. With all these rumors swirling, you'd think Busta would come out and shut it all down, right? Nope. Instead, he's been dodging questions left and right, acting like none of this is happening. But the internet never forgets, and people are digging up even more receipts that could put him in an even tighter spot. One of the biggest eyebrow raises? The fact that multiple people in the industry have hinted that Busta's tough guy persona was really just a front. Behind the scenes, he was allegedly moving way differently, and not in the way people expected. And remember how aggressive he was toward that fast food worker? Well, apparently that wasn't an isolated incident. Reports are resurfacing of Busta getting physical with people when things didn't go his way. In one case, a former club promoter claimed Busta went off on a full tantrum because he wasn't given his usual special treatment. And guess what? The promoter also hinted that Busta had some specific requests for his VIP experience, requests that raised a lot of eyebrows. Now here's where things get even messier. There are whispers that some of the people trying to defend Busta might actually be doing it because they have something to lose too. Allegedly, there are a lot of industry names that wouldn't want Busta's secrets exposed because they were right there with him. And if you thought things were wild now, just wait. Because the deeper people dig, the uglier this could get. And just when you thought this couldn't get any messier, the walls might be closing in on Busta even faster than he expected. Because now, people aren't just talking, they're coming with receipts. More industry insiders are stepping forward, hinting that Busta wasn't just a participant in certain circles. He might have been way deeper in the mix than anyone realized. Allegedly, he wasn't just attending these exclusive, invite-only industry gatherings, he was a key player in some of the most questionable scenes. But here's where it gets even wilder. Rumors are floating that some major power players behind the scenes are scrambling to keep things quiet. Why? Because if Busta goes down, he might not go alone. There are whispers that if he ever decides to talk, he could expose some of the biggest names in entertainment, people who've been in the shadows for years. And let's not forget the whispers about his legal troubles possibly catching up to him. Some sources claim that certain allegations might not stay in the rumor mill for long. There's talk of actual investigations bubbling under the surface. If any of this turns out to be true, Busta might not just be dodging the blogs. He could end up dodging way bigger problems. At this point, it's not even about if more dirt comes out. It's when. And trust, when it does, it's gonna be a storm. And with this latest development, those old rumors are back with a vengeance, making the situation even messier and harder to ignore. But let's be real here. The issue isn't Busta's sexuality. The real concern? The deeply unsettling allegations that he crossed boundaries and engaged in highly questionable behavior without clear consent. Given Busta's well-documented short temper, it's really not surprising that he and Diddy stayed close all these years. Both have explosive personalities, unpredictable outbursts, and a history of controlling their environments. But beyond just their fiery attitudes, there seems to be another connection between them. Allegedly, a very specific interest in much younger men. Big Homie CC already spilled that Busta had a habit of sending his crew to scout for young men to bring into his VIP section. And now, With that footage of Busta right there at Diddy's party, plus that overly personal shout-out from Diddy himself, it's raising even more eyebrows. And when you throw in Orlando Brown's claims, whew, it paints a very disturbing picture. But here's the kicker. Word on the street is that Orlando wasn't the only young man Busta allegedly had a situation with. Insiders are now whispering that he's pulled the same moves with multiple other men in the industry. And just when you think it couldn't get any crazier, there's buzz about a wild tape featuring Diddy, Busta, and male adult entertainers. People are now taking a second look at Orlando's claims, and suddenly, his story isn't sounding so far-fetched anymore. But what do y'all think? Is this all just rumors, or is something way deeper going on? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Like the video if you found this crazy. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Trust me, the next one is gonna be even wilder. See y'all on the next one.